Planning involves taking a systematic approach to what we would be doing. For many people, this is simply too difficult task to perform because they feel that since things are always changing, it's not worth planning. Developing a plan takes time, resources, and commitment of the team in your organization. It is true that changes happen everywhere and change is necessary for progress to take place. However, if we do not attempt to plan in the belief that it is not worth the effort, we will not be in control. So, why do we need a plan? Why take time for planning? There are many reasons why we need planning. I found that very few executives understand how to maximize their role in facilitating planning. Leader is the key executive in the organization where they need to play a vital role in facilitating planning across the organization. Hi, my name is Shamrao. I am founder and promoter of eOnlineverse, a leading global training solution organization. With over 30 years of industry experience, I had an opportunity to coach and lead several cross-functional, cross-geography leaders for the companies across the globe. I have spoken in more than 500 seminars with over 2 million listeners across 25 countries. And it is an immense pleasure to be with you to share my knowledge and experience. Coming back to my question, why do we need to plan? I am sure you all will agree that planning is in our blood. We are humans, always organize and follow a plan. For example, let us say your close friend or a cousin whom you have not met for a while calls you over the phone and says, "Let's meet during the weekend." I am sure you look forward to meeting them over the weekend. During the week, you would finish all your work so that you are free for the weekend. These small steps are nothing but planning. We all do it. It is in our nature. Likewise, planning in an organization is essential for success. A plan creates a focus for the organization, uniting employees towards a common goal. When everyone works together, it is easier to manage time and resources for the company's growth. As part of the session, I'll share my experience to guide you on why we need planning. This session will also include a real-world example and case studies that would help you to connect, visualize, and reflect. This session includes the topics like importance of planning, why managers do not plan, what happens you do not plan, what you need to get started, how planning management functions, what questions you need to ask yourself you start planning activities, what will be doing better for understanding of planning process. I am sure at the end of the session you would be able to understand why some managers are afraid of planning, the consequences of not planning, manage better planning functions, better understanding of planning activities, regardless whether your business is a startup or one of the biggest players in the market. I am sure you have heard the stories how organizations have achieved success through well thought out plan. Effective planning brings many benefits to business. First, it sets direction and priorities. First and the foremost, you need planning because it sets a direction and establishes priorities for the organization. It defines an organization's view of success and priorities. The planning will help the team members to know what they should be working on. Second, it gets everyone on the same page. Once you define your planning directions, you can get all the departments on the same page so that all of them can move together to achieve the organization goals. Third, it gives direction to the team members to work towards. Planning is not just beneficial, for the higher management executives. It gives everyone in the organization a direction, sense of purpose, and objectives to work toward. Fourth, it drives alignment. Because a plan establishes a direction for a business to take, it will help the team to sharpen its focus to get there. Planning can therefore help the organization to align with the goals, targets, and help everyone focus their efforts on achieving them. Fifth, to communicate the message. It is important that the plan should be communicated across the organization. The message will allow greater opportunities for the team to help to maximize success in getting there. Why managers do not plan? It would be that they have not understood the difference between the movement and action and how this relates to planning. Movement is when you respond to things as they happen, often unexpectedly, and work hard to overcome them. These usually comes in a form of crisis that must be resolved immediately. Action is purposeful, and action happens when you have thought the things through and anticipated what needs to be done. The fact is that without a plan, you usually end up just being busy. This means that things happen in their own accord and you're not in control, and the situation gets worse. I am sure the managers have their reasons or excuses for not planning, and they do not take planning activities seriously. While coaching managers, I did find a common reason why many of them fail to plan. Some managers dislike the constraint of any kind. Managers unsure of the strategic direction of the company as they constantly switch from one project to another. They eventually become frustrated and organization productivity declines. Some managers assume crisis management is inevitable. There is an element of truth to this view, particularly as the scope of the manager's job increases or keeps changing frequently. Some managers view planning as a waste of time because these managers often think that if it is not broke, let's not fix it. This mindset prevents them from approaching the future in a proactive manner instead of reactive manner. Some managers feel they are successful without any planning because they do not understand the success becomes harder to repeat as the responsibilities increases. Some managers lack self-discipline. Some managers are solely focused on results. For manager who always believes in get it done, they do not believe in formal planning process. Perhaps one of the most important reasons why they do not involve in strategic planning is that they fear the unknown. I strongly believe that when you forget the fear of the unknown and uncertainty, that means you must have planned. I always coach them saying, if you want to be effective and efficient, and you must believe in getting the right things done in the right manner, then you should do the planning. When managers lack the time, I also urge them to improve their time management skills. I have seen managers who have effectively addressed the self-discipline, admitted that they had shortcomings, and they kept practicing the self-discipline until it became part of their routine. I also suggest to managers who failed in effective planning to use tools in planning, and I recommend them to attend a management seminar to learn how to plan effectively. What happens when you do not plan? It is easy to put off by thought of planning, which results in 1. Wasting time. No planning means manager will not have a clear picture what is expected of the team members. There will be no deadline to meet, hence creating a lazy atmosphere among the team members, and work will not completed on time, which result in wasting of valuable time. Second, low productivity. If planning is not done, the team members will not know what exactly they are working on and they cannot work efficiently. Their productivity and output will be extremely low. Third, financial loss. No planning will result in mismanagement of budget, which means that funds will be wasted. The completion of work will record tremendous losses. Fourth, dissatisfied customers. Customer expectations will not be met as they will be dissatisfied with the work. I am sure they will not consider future business because they will not be sure when and how the work will be completed. This will be a huge loss of business for the organization. Fifth, lack of support from stakeholders. Due to lack of planning, the stakeholders will not support the work because they will not have a clear picture of what they are sponsoring, and they will stop funding the work. 6. Unpredicted risk and problems. Because of no planning, you will always busy firefighting and spending more time and money solving the challenges. Since the time is money, that money will be used solving the issues that arises from work due to poor planning. If managers fail to anticipate or prepare for changes, they will lose valuable lead time and momentum, which will lead to dissatisfied customer, low employee morale. Often business achieve a level of success and then stall. Accidental success is dangerous. If you are one of them, consider yourself lucky. But ask this question: could we have grown and be more successful if we have planned a little better? I am willing to bet answer is yes. Another danger is that the lack of plan negatively impacts the attitude of an organization. The team will wander aimlessly within the organization with no sense of purpose besides the paycheck. Lack of direction results in morale problem because the team sees the future as uncertain, unpredictable, and out of control. These depressing conclusions will impact the productivity. What it boils down is people often think planning is too difficult, so they never begin. It is all good to have good intention to do something, but your intentions are more likely to become action if you take a positive and resolute approach to the planning process. The most important thing, therefore, is your commitment to planning. What do you need to get started? Get rid of all your preconceived ideas about planning. Make your mind blank. Ask yourself these 4 questions. Where am I now? Where I want to be? How will I get there? How will I know when I have got there? This is all planning is about. These are typical phases in planning. How to manage planning functions. Managing properly involves carrying out 4 major functions, preferably in this order. First, identify what you want to achieve. That is planning. Second, putting a plan into practice. That is organizing. Telling others what to do. That is directing. Fourth, ensure that things have been done in the right standard. Controlling. If these activities are not carried out in this order, you may bypass the planning functions. Each of these functions is important, but if planning is neglected, you are unlikely to carry them out effectively. Planning acts as a cornerstone to one another. Without clarity of what you want to achieve, all the activities could be waste of effort. So, it is important the managers follow the planning steps effectively, which includes: what is the desired result? During planning, planners should keep in mind what is the overall purpose or the result the plan is to achieve. Take stock of the situation. This taking stock is always done considering various driving factors or the major influences that might affect your plan. Analyze the situation. While preparing a plan, planners should conduct a SWOT analysis. During this analysis, planners can also use variety of assessment or methods to measure the health of the organization. Identify goals. Based on analysis and alignment to overall mission, planners should establish a set of goals to build on strength and take advantage of the opportunities while building upon the weaknesses and threats. Identify a strategy to reach goals. The strategy or the methods chosen to reach the goal should be based on matter of affordability, practicality, and efficiency. Associate responsible and timelines to each objective. Responsible should be assigned till the implementation of the plan. Deadline should be set for meeting each responsibility. Write and communicate a plan document. The plan should be documented and should be distributed across the organization. Acknowledge the success of plan. This is a critical step which is often ignored. You should acknowledge when the goals are met. We often ignore acknowledgement of success and move on to next problem to solve the goal or to pursue. Skipping this step can demotivate the team members in your organization. Do not skip this step. What question you need to ask yourself before you start planning activities? Think about your attitude to planning and answer this question. Have I ever said I have no time for plan? Do I tend to spend my time managing crises rather than plan my activities? Have I missed opportunities due to lack of planning? Does the thought of planning put me off? Do you have good intention but find it difficult to organize the actions? Do I suspect the planning would make a difference to my effectiveness? If I answered yes to some or all these questions, it's high time you gave some serious thoughts and learn how planning works for the betterment of yourself and your organization. What you will be doing better for understanding the planning process. Realize that you have been hesitating far too long. You know you should be doing as much of planning as you were organizing, directing, and controlling. You are resolved to make your intentions become a reality. You are no longer intimidated by the thought of planning. You are prepared to set some time aside to plan. Before I end the session on why we need to plan, let me summarize what I have described in this session. Having a plan helps you to define the objectives and goals and would also help you to stay focused, meet deadlines, and measure success. There are many advantages to planning for an organization. It sets direction and priorities. It gets everyone on the same page. It simplifies decision making. It drives alignment. Planning seems tedious, but we must protect the planning time if we want to end successfully. Many leaders walk around with a virtual strategy locked in their heads, and they know where their organization heading and what organization needs to get it there. If the plan is not put on paper and communicated thoroughly, then your organization is not aligned to the common goals. When every stakeholders know where you're going, it would allow even a greater opportunities to the team to help you maximize success. Once you recognize the need of plan and facilitate the buy-in and commitment of various stakeholders, I am sure your organization will move towards a success. Thanks for watching this video. Please share your thoughts and comments. I look forward meeting you in our second session on taking stock of the current situation.
If you like this video, please do not forget to press the like button, hit subscribe and notification button, and also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter to get the latest updates on our eOnline Verse channel.